Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Danelle. Hope this finds you doing well. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about the Bitcoin miners. They've been in the news lately given the recent pumps that they've had off the wave of Bitcoin. As you can see, Bitcoin is currently trading at $43,778. It actually touched 44,000 a couple of times over the past 7 days. It is up over 10%. Over the last 7 days, Ethereum up over 8.6%, currently trading at $2,353. We can see that XRP is also up over 6% at 66 cents. Solana doing very well, up 16% over the last week, currently trading just over $73. Then you have Cardano, Dogecoin, and Avalanche rounding out the top 10. So as we can see, Bitcoin is still on an upward trend. Over the last 7 days, it went from $39,000, reached up to $44,000, and is now ranging in that $43,000 to $44,000 range. So we'll see if it continues to trade in that range, or will it then take another leg up. As you can see, over the past month, we went from 37 now all the way upwards of 44. So that's a $7,000 difference over the past month. And you can see 17% over the past month. So we'll see if the trend continues for Bitcoin, as people are speculating and excited about the Bitcoin ETF approval, which could come as early as January, somewhere between the 5th and 10th in 2024. So let's get into Bitcoin mining and some of the Bitcoin miners, because a lot of people are looking to trade Bitcoin miners because they have done quite well, particularly over the last couple of months, off the heels of Bitcoin's upward trend. So if you go here to investopedia.com, it actually has a great explanation about Bitcoin mining. It kind of goes into depth with regards to the algorithms that are involved when you're trying to mine Bitcoin. As many people know, and we've talked about it also here on the channel, is that the Bitcoin halving is upcoming in around April of 2024, and that's when the Bitcoin rewards from mining Bitcoin is cut in half. It is currently at 6.25 Bitcoin. It will be cut down to 3.125. So that's going to affect the miners. Many people are speculating that some of the mining companies will likely have to merge. Some of them may end up going into bankruptcy because of the amount of energy and the intensity that it takes to actually try to mine a Bitcoin. There's a lot of cost involved, especially when you're trying to get the proper GPUs and the proper equipment that's going to allow for a miner to be able to get that reward. So you can see the key takeaways when it comes to Bitcoin mining is that validating transaction information and maintaining the integrity of the blockchain is mining's purpose, while the Bitcoin reward is the incentive to mine. Bitcoin mining is necessary to maintain the ledger of transactions upon which Bitcoin is based. Miners have become very sophisticated over the past several years, using complex machinery and grouping to speed up mining operations. And Bitcoin mining has generated controversy because it is not considered environmentally friendly. And a lot of the Bitcoin mining companies now are looking for ways to become more environmentally friendly in terms of using renewable energy is one way in which they're trying to reduce the amount of energy impact that Bitcoin mining can take. As you can see here, it is the process of verifying transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain by solving mathematical puzzles for which miners are rewarded new Bitcoin. So if you want to learn a little bit more exactly about how the mining process works, you can go here to Investopedia. There's also a bunch of other great articles and resources that you can find relating to how Bitcoin mining works, especially if you're into mathematics or engineering and coding. This could be for you. But basically, the hash, which is probably the one metric that is used to see how much and how well the Bitcoin mining is working when it comes to securing the Bitcoin blockchain. People look at the hash rate to see if the hash rate continues to go up. That is a good thing, because that basically is showing that more computers are needed to secure the blockchain to be able to then secure a block on the Bitcoin's blockchain. So if we go to the top Bitcoin miners currently, these are the top 5. We have Marathon Digital Holdings, we have Riot Platforms, we have CleanSpark, we have Bitfarms, and we have Hut 8 Corp, which just recently finalized an acquisition. So they're still a little bit in price discovery right now because just about a week or so ago, they finalized a reverse stock split. So as you can see here, over the last 5 days, these mining companies have done very well. You can see Marathon is up 8%. CleanSpark is cleaning up at over 16% over the last 5 days. Bitforms is up 34%, and Hut 8 still in that price discovery range, so it's down 14.23% since the stock split reversal. If we look at the mining companies year to date, as you can see, Marathon up over 390%. Riot also up over 300% at 369%. CleanSpark over 400%. Bitfarms at over 500%. And Hut 8, these numbers are a little skewed due to the acquisition. So let's go ahead and compare these numbers to Bitcoin. So you can see here I've added Bitcoin as a marker, and you can see that the mining companies are blowing Bitcoin away over this past year in 2023. Bitcoin has done very well, as you can see, more than doubling at over 163% currently, but the mining companies have done double that, doing 300 plus percent, some 400%, and one at 500% over the past 11 to 12 months. So people are looking for alpha. Mining companies is a way that people can get exposure to Bitcoin without actually holding Bitcoin. As we see here, the largest Bitcoin miners by market capitalization, the rank is located here. And Marathon Digital Holdings currently has the highest market cap at $3.73 billion. Riot just behind at $3.26 billion. Hut 8 at $2.27 billion. CleanSpark just under $2 billion. At Bitfarms just under $1 billion at 0.83 at about $830 billion. So 830 million, dollars worth of market capitalization. So if we take a deeper look at what Hut 8 Mining is doing, because there are a lot of these companies that are going to have to do some acquisitions to avoid bankruptcy and try to pool together more mining equipment to be able to mine more Bitcoin, especially since we have the Bitcoin halving coming up. So this is a deeper look into Hut 8's imminent merge with US Bitcoin Corp. They are now called Hut 8 Corp. So that acquisition did finalize earlier, about a week and a half ago or so ago. And as you can see here, this was an all stock equal merger, and the transaction, which was revealed in February, is going to give the firm the most diversified business model among its peers. So it's looking to find other ways to have revenue outside of just Bitcoin mining, particularly since Bitcoin halving, they won't be receiving as much Bitcoin and won't have as much Bitcoin as they're on their balance sheet as time moves forward. So they're also looking for other ways that they can provide opportunities for gaining revenue. So you can see here that it intends to list these shares on both the NASDAQ and the Toronto Stock Exchange. And so the significance of the deal is that following the merger, Hut 8 will become yet another mining giant that has multiple sites scattered around Canada and the United States, with arguably the most diversified business model among its peers, which include self-mining, hosting, site management, and high performance computing. So we will not be surprised if we start to see more mining companies doing something along the lines that Hut 8 has now done with Hut 8 Corp. So definitely something to keep an eye on. It's advisable not to be wedded to any one stock, particularly when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It's still a nascent market. It still has only been around for about 14 years. And so it's still new. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. Obviously, we're riding the wave. We're seeing where the cryptocurrency market is going, but you definitely want to make sure that you do your due diligence. So as you can see here, the total hash rate is a metric that people use to see the estimated number of terahashes per second that the Bitcoin network is performing over the last 24 hours. And the reason why that's important is because the higher the hash rate, that means that it's showing that there are more computers that are needed to secure the Bitcoin network to be able to mine and produce a new block on the Bitcoin blockchain. So as you can see, if you look at this hash rate, it is up and to the right, and that's what you want to see. Despite what's going on with the price, whether it was high or low, the hash rate continues to go up as the years pass. And as we see here, if we go down, this is since the beginning of Bitcoin, the hash rate was very flat for several years. But now that more people and more miners are causing and creating transactions on the Bitcoin network, we're having more of the hash rate get higher and higher, meaning that this is going to make it even more and more difficult to be able to hack the blockchain network. It's becoming more and more secure as the hash rate continues to go higher. So you can go here to blockchain.com to learn a little bit more about the hash rate. So as we can see here, the Bitcoin market continues to explode over the last several weeks and the last couple of months. And we are going to continue to keep you posted as we usually do here at Networkchain. Make sure to check us out on X here at Networkchain. We post nearly every day, as well as on Instagram. We appreciate you listening and watching, and we look forward to connecting with you soon and linking up with you on the Networkchain. Until next time, bye-bye.